Alrighty then, we are here for DanDaDan chapter 133, chapter title Where's Zuma? Let's open the chapter. Alright, so we got, what am I looking at here? It's like, I guess, apartments? Yeah, like messy apartments. And there's like a bunch of mail. It looks like a bunch of clutter with boxes. And we got Momo and Okrun at a door. Uh, not there. Okay, so I guess they're looking for Zuma. Um, I looked for an aura, but there's nothing, says Momo. We've got zero clues, says, I think also Momo. Where the hell are you, Unji Zuma? As she's, flailing, and punching, I guess. Alright, it's hard to believe he's one of us, uh, says Okrun. But he said he's gonna destroy the world and stuff, says Momo. What do we do if he's like how the evil eye was? Um, I'm sure you'll figure it out. If you can tame the evil eye, you can probably tame this guy too. Okay, so and Momo says, ugh, I hope not. That idea alone freaks me out. And Okarun says, exclamation point, Miss Anyas, as I like to call her instead of Ayas. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, so it's Anyas for me. Do you hear that? Hear what? Says Momo. And then there's a shot of the neighborhood they're in. Uh and Momo says, "Oh yeah, it's like screaming. It's getting closer." Says Okarun. Double yikes. Where's it coming from? Says Momo. And then they're both looking different ways, looking for where the screaming's coming from. I don't know why they would be looking in opposite directions though. Like, wouldn't you be able to tell which direction it's coming from? Or is it one of those situations where it's like you hear it, but it sounds like it's coming from everywhere? I don't know. And then yeah, so Okarun says, I don't know, but I've got a bad feeling about this. Oh, okay, well, we had a guy with a helmet running. He's got a sword sheath on his back. He's in his underwear. Looks like no shoes, but his feet are bandaged. He looks kind of crazy. He's got something in his hand that might be what are they called? Kunai? The little throwing ninja things? Maybe one of those? Hard to tell. He kind of reminds me of the one guy from Ocarina of Time that delivers the mail or whatever, who's like running. That's what he reminds me of. All right, what does this guy want? And then they both see him and they're like, "Aw," uh, and then they start running away from him. Pervert, says Okarun, and then he says, "Yeah," and with a sword. So they notice the sword. Momo's noticed the sword. Uh, she's concerned about the sword. I mean, he doesn't exactly have it out. It's still sheathed, but yeah, the sword's a bit concerning. And so Momo pushes Okarun. They're or no, she's maybe pushing the guy. She's using her powers on something. It's unclear what she's using her powers on. It looks like it's going past Okarun, so possibly towards this guy. I'm thinking, and Okarun's taking off his shoes because I guess he takes off his shoes when he transforms. Um, I don't know when this was established. I feel like I remember it happened. What was it? A couple chapters ago, I think. But I like has that always been a thing? I don't remember him taking off his shoes over time like that. But okay. So he says, Miss Agnes, hold on. Oh wait, Miss Agnes, hold him still a sec. And she says, hiya. She's using her powers. Okay, so she's like holding him back with her powers. And he says, yeah, a monster. Eek. he says, and then she says, "Oh, Karun, I'll keep him in check. You go call the police." And the guy went, "Okay, you." So he takes out his sword now. He says he's swinging at the force field of it says Wah, and she's continuing to push back with her powers. It looks like actually he might have tired her out because she's not pushing anymore, and then she says "youch," and then Miss Anya's get back as he's continuing to take off his shoes and then roll up his pants. I don't remember him having this much shut up just to transform, but okay. There he's right there. Says Anya's. The arrow's pointing up, so it's not. I don't. Who's it pointing to? I don't know. Oh, okay. So there's people, and they're coming. What is going on here? They also have swords. It looks like there's a big old crowd, and the original guy with the sword says, "Gah, save me! If it isn't one thing, it's another. Now what?" Says Anyas. And then one of these new guys who are approaching says, "You dirty old man." Okay, wait. Oh, why is he saying dirty old man, but then it looks like he's attacking Anyas? I don't get it. So he takes a swing at Anyas, I guess? Or Momo, I should be calling her since I don't know how to pronounce the other name. Right. And then it looks like Okarun is pushed back somehow. Or maybe he swung at Okarun and then he's pushed back. It's very unclear what's happening here. And he falls back in towards the other guy with the sword. And then this guy who swung at Anyas or whatever, he says, "Hey, what the hell are you? What do you mean? What?" Says Anyas, "And stop swinging that thing around. It's dangerous." Says Anyas. And then there's some kind of shadow thing. Oh no, this is Okarun transforming. He says, "What a bummer." Yeah, because I guess just it's his depression when he transforms. Yeah, it's his "what a bummer" kind of situation he always talks about. All right, and he's on all fours for whatever reason. Okarun is, and he says, "Don't come any closer to Momo-chan." As he's like low to the ground, like he's about to pounce. Hey, your dot 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 exclamation point, says the guy who swung the pipe at Momo. What the hell is going on? He says, and then Momo says exclamation point. While looking surprised, I guess. And then we got somebody saying he's dot dot dot. It's not really pointing, so it's somebody in the crowd, I guess. Just dot dot dot, just like Zuma. All right, so they recognize it from the Zuma, so I guess their powers are basically the same. And then Momo says, "Wait!" Exclamation point, as she's like putting one hand towards Okarun and one hand towards the group, telling them both to wait. Seems you people are sensitive to dot dot dot. Has that always been the case? Or only since you touched a golden ball? And then the guy who swung the pipe is surprised looking, and then he says, "Who are you? Answer my question, you guys." Dot 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 says Momo. I think yeah, Momo. And then dot dot dot, "No, Unji Zuma dot 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 dot, don't you?" Alright. Hand that old dude over to us, says the group. I don't know who in the group says that, but someone in the group says that. Get in our way, dot dot dot. We wait. I think I read this bubble next. So it's over old dude to us. We don't care about anything else. Get in our way, dot dot dot, and we'll show you no mercy. New exclamation point, says the weird old guy with the helmet and sword in his underwear. Very weird old guy. Also, he's got tears in his eye as he's saying no. I'm going home, says the weird guy. I'm not going back in there. Not after I finally managed to get out. Okay. Um, I asked you if you knew anything about Unji Zuma. No answers, no old man. Says Momo. And then somebody, I think it's the main guy who swung the bat, says, don't play games with us. We'll end you. This ain't a negotiation. You'll live to regret. And then Momo replies, so you do know Unji Zuma? Um, yeah, question mark? Says Momo. And then there's a panel with them just facing each other. Nobody's saying anything. It actually looks very cinematic. We got a shot from like behind the crowd of guys. Actually looks pretty cool. And one of the guys has like a picture on the back of his hoodie that's like a skull but with like a third eye hole. And like a leopard kind of print or whatever. Yeah, they're not saying anything. Staring each other down with the Momo. And then finally somebody says, shit, says the main guy, as he turns around from the staring contest they were having. He says, come with us. I don't hit women on principle. Sorry about before. Make sure the old man follows you. Alright. So they're heading towards, looks like a building. Looks like apartment building. A large apartment building to be exact. And then they're here at the building, and it's like super like rundown, crappy looking. Like it looks like maybe there's entire floor collapsed or a stairwell collapsed. I don't know. It looks like it's in real bad condition. And coming down the stairs. And they're walking through the place. And then there's a hallway. Momo's looking down the hallway. There's a bunch of guys just hanging out, doing stuff. Looks like they might be homeless, actually, now that I think about it. This could be like a homeless kind of situation. And then there's like two people sleeping on the ground. And then another two, or one smoking, the other's like drinking milk or something. Through a straw. And then alright. And then they're still walking, and then eventually, who's speaking right now? Okay, this is the guy in his underwear with the helmet. He's saying, please don't abandon me. Swear you'll protect me. Yeah, quit grabbing at me, says Momo. We're here, says presumably the guy with the lead pipe. Alright, they're at like a bench. Kind of place. They're like under a bridge or something, maybe. Okay, and then Momo says, what are you talking about? This wasn't the deal. Inside there, says the guy with the pipe. Okay, we got a little diorama kind of situation of like a fantasy town. It's like, is it in like a shelf or something? Like it's being pulled out of a shelf or something, and it's like it's got a little castle, it's got a windmill, a little village by the ocean. Oh, oof, what else is there? There's the mountains. There's a little building in the mountains. There's another thing I can't quite make out. Looks like maybe another castle in the mountains. It's like a wall separating the mountains from like the other castle part. And there's like a wall to the right of the castle. What else is there? There's some kind of structures closer to the ocean. There's one building in the forest. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this little diorama. I don't know what this is or why I'm looking at it, but okay, cool. Uh and then okay, so they're standing over the little diorama of this fantasy realm, and somebody saying Zuma's dot dot dot, but no indication who's saying it. Gone inside this dot 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 diorama looking thing. Okay. For Zuma to come out, somebody else has to go in his place. All right, well, it's clearly gonna be the guy in his underwear. No, I'm not going in there. I had my fill of that living hell. As he's got tears in his eyes. And Momo says, "Huh? You were in there in the first place, you old fart. Had you not left it, dot dot dot, Zuma wouldn't have had to go in. All right. So to get him out, dot dot dot, we're gonna toss this old dude back in. Presumably, says Momo, I guess, even though there's no indication. This is to be continued. All right. This very interesting, very unexpected. I was not expecting we'd go into a sort of almost seeming like a isekai situation where it's like kind of like isekai, like they're being sent into a fantasy realm, but it's like a diorama. Maybe you could also say it's like a Honey I Shrunk the Kids type situation, like they're being shrunk down. Maybe very interesting. I look forward to seeing what comes of this. It would be interesting if the Momo and Okurun actually went in, so we could explore this world a bit. But it sounds like they're just gonna send in the old man, so I don't know what's going to go on with this whole situation. But it's very interesting. Wasn't expecting this at all. What else? Yeah, good chapter. Interesting developments. Yeah, yeah, really good chapter. All right. Well, that's the end of the recording.